Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to my class. Easy Maths by Sukumar. How are you, students? Before I start my class, I request everyone please like, share, and subscribe my channel. If you have any doubts, please mention in the comment box. Please don't forget to share your friends. Okay, thank you. See, in the last class, we learned about polynomials. Polynomials. See, I hope everybody understood the chapter. Now, our topic is polynomials is over triangles. This is for CBSE triangles. The chapter name is for CBSE triangles. For AP State Board, the title of the chapter is similar triangles. Similar triangles. Right. Before we get into this topic, let me ask you some questions. What is congruent? What is congruent? Congruent. Congruent means the figures have same shape and same size. Same shape and same size. Figures having same shape and same size are called congruent figures. See, I can show you some models here. These are my two ATM cards. These are coincide each other, yes. These are, I can say, same shapes and same sizes also. So we can say these two are congruent figures. Congruent means same shape and same size. Here also have two pens. Both are same shape and same size. So these two markers are, whiteboard markers are congruent figures. Understood, students? Here, two glasses are here and here. They are also congruent. Congruent means same shape and same size. Suppose if I lost my glass, my wristwatch glass, then I should replace with the same shape and same size of glass only. I cannot replace with your watch glass, your wristwatch glass. Understand, students? Right. See, in the class 7 onwards, we have been learning about congruency. See, in the congruency of triangles, there are some axioms or criterions are there. They are SAS, SSS, SAS, ASA, and RHS. I think you are very familiar with all these congruency, rules of congruency, properties of congruency. SSS, SAS, ASA, and RHS. Yes, SSS means, I will just recall only one. SSS means in the first triangle, the three sides of first triangle are respectively equal to the three sides of second triangle. Then the two triangles are congruent. Congruent. This is the symbol of congruency. Congruent. Congruent means, as I told you, same shape and same size. Coming to the triangles, they must satisfy any one of these axioms: SSS, SAS, ASA, and RHS. So just this is SSS. Here three sides are respectively equal to the three sides of second triangle. So this is about congruency, right? What about similarity, students? Similar. Our topic is similar. Similarity. What is similarity? We are very familiar with this word, similarity. Similar means, look, same shape, but need not be the same size. Need not be the same size. Understand, students? Same shape but need not be the same size. See, I can show you some figures here. Here I have two CDs with me, right? This is a circle, this is also a circle. Both figures having the same shape, but sizes are different here. So we can say these two CDs are similar to each other. These two CDs are similar to each other. Very good. See, sometimes we need some passport size photos, card size photos, and maxi size photos also. See here, this is my picture, just imagine. Here, if you observe these three cards of pictures, these three are, we can say, they are in the same shape, but sizes are different. So these figures are said to be similar, like our CDs. These two are similar. Understand, students? Right. Similar means, I hope you understand, same shape but need not be the same size. See, my dear students, two circles are always similar. Two circles are always similar. Similarly, two squares are always similar. Always similar. Coming to, I will take two triangles. Two equilateral triangles are always similar. Two equilateral triangles are always similar. Why? They have the same shape. Same shape. Understand, students? So don't confuse, students. Similarity of triangles or triangles, it's a very easy chapter. See, most of the students, they leave this chapter in the choice. So don't do like that. I will make it very easy. See, coming to the similarity of polygons. Similarity of polygons. What is a polygon? Polygon means a figure having sides. Sides is called a polygon. Triangle is a polygon. Quadrilateral is a polygon. Rectangle is a polygon. Square is a polygon. Pentagon is a polygon. Octagon is a polygon. Like that. The figure must have the sides. Right. See, what about the similarity of polygons? I will take two figures here. Polygons or triangles. Similarity of polygons or triangles. See, I will take two figures, two triangles. Example, ABC is one triangle, PQR is another triangle. Here in these two triangles, AB by PQ, the ratio of AB by PQ, BC by QR and AC by PR, the ratio of the corresponding sides are equal. Ratio of the corresponding sides are equal means here the corresponding side of AB is PQ, the corresponding side of BC is QR and the corresponding side of AC is PR. If the corresponding sides of two triangles are equal, the ratio of the corresponding sides of two triangles are equal. And number two, the corresponding angles. What are the corresponding angles? Angle A is equal to angle P. Angle B is equal to angle Q. Angle C is equal to angle R. These are the corresponding angles. Corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are equal. Here, corresponding sides. Corresponding sides are proportional. Proportional means having same ratio. Having same ratio. Understand, students? In the two triangles, The corresponding sides are proportional, means having the same ratio. That means AB by PQ, BC by QR, AC by PR. And number 2, the corresponding angles are equal. Corresponding angles means angle A is equal to angle P, angle B is equal to angle Q, angle C is equal to angle R. Then the two triangles are said to be similar. That means triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. This is the symbol of similarity. Then the two triangles are similar. Here the most important thing you have to remember is here the corresponding vertices should coincide. That means A, P, B, Q, C, R. You should maintain that order. Understand, students? So for similarity of polygons or triangles, the main definition is corresponding sides are proportional. Proportional means having the same ratio. And number 2 is corresponding angles are equal. Then we can say that the two triangles or the two polygons are said to be similar. Here these vertices ABC are corresponds to PQR respectively. Basic proportionality theorem. It is also called Thales theorem. So what is the statement? Basic proportionality theorem. I will teach in a very easy way. Right. See, what is the statement? If a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, if a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, then the line divides other two sides in the same ratio. This is the statement. I will read out. If a line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle, then the line divides the other two sides in the same ratio. This is the statement of the theorem. You have to learn the theorem statement also. Sometimes they won't give in the statement. They will ask like this: state and prove basic proportionality theorem. That means you have to write the statement also. Right. See, I will take a triangle here. This is a triangle ABC. ABC is a triangle. Here, what is given? A line. This L is parallel to one side. So this L is parallel to BC. That means given in triangle ABC, this L is parallel to BC. So it is intersecting at D and E, of course. So this L is parallel to BC. Okay, that is given, right? So what we have to prove? Then the line divides the other two sides in the same ratio. That means what is to be proved? To prove this line divides these two sides in the same ratio, means AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. That is to be proved. Required to prove AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. Okay, very good. What next? We have to make a construction here. To prove this theorem, we have to make a construction. What is the construction here? Just join this BE and CD. So I will write here join BE and CD. So join BE and CD. Okay, good. Next one is, here I am drawing a perpendiculars. So the perpendiculars are, this is what? Some EF. Can you see the whiteboard, students? This EF is perpendicular to AB, and this DG, EF is perpendicular to AB, and this DG, DG only, right? I will write here E. So this DG is perpendicular to AC. This is the construction. Just I joined BE and CD, and what next? This DG is perpendicular to AC, and this EF is perpendicular to AB. So I will write here. So EF is perpendicular to AB, and this DG is perpendicular to AC. DG is perpendicular to AC. Understand? Up to here I didn't say anything, just I wrote what is given here and what is to be proved, and only the construction. I made just a construction. I joined these two and just I draw perpendiculars. DG perpendicular to AC, and this EF is perpendicular to AB. That's it, right? Now the main proof. Okay, here take the two triangles of left side, lying on left side. ADE is one triangle. Are you observing? ADE and BDE. ADE is one triangle. In triangle ADE and triangle BDE. This is another triangle, ADE and BDE. In the triangle ADE and triangle BDE, ADE, BDE. In these two triangles, we will find the ratio of their areas. Area of triangle ADE by area of triangle BDE. What is the area of a triangle actually? Half into base into altitude. Here in this ADE triangle, the base is AD and altitude is EF. I will explain here. Just look at the board and see here. BC is the base and this is an altitude. Just imagine this is some E or D. See, in this triangle, base is BC and altitude is AD. AD means altitude. That means it's a line perpendicular to the base and also passing through the opposite vertex. That is called an altitude. Right, understand? So half into BC into AD. Coming to this triangle ADE here, AD is the base and EF is an altitude. That means half into AD times EF whole by half into. So what about this triangle BDE? The base is BD and altitude is same EF. You will get a doubt here. Why for triangle BDE also, why I have taken that EF is an altitude? Why? Because this is an obtuse angle triangle. For the obtuse angle triangle, the altitude of an obtuse angle triangle is exterior of the triangle, means outside. So this is the altitude. This is passing through the opposite vertex. For that reason, so for this triangle BDE, the altitude can be taken as EF. Understand, students? Right. Now here we can cancel half off and EF also. Then finally area of triangle ADE by area of triangle BDE is equal to AD by BD. AD by BD. This is equation number 1. Understand? Right. Now, here I will take another two triangles which lies on the right side of AC. Right. Here. So, what are the two triangles? Area of triangle ADE by area of triangle ADE by area of triangle CDE. This is equal to, what is the area of triangle? As I told you, half into base into altitude. So here half times, what is the base? AE times, what is an altitude? EF or DG? DG is an altitude, DG, by half into, for triangle CDE, the base is EC and altitude is same, DZ. For this what we used the same reason, right? So here also half of DG cancelled. Then area of triangle ADE by area of triangle CDE is equal to AE by EC. Understand, students? So AE by EC, this is equation number 2. Our theorem, here triangle BDE and triangle CDE are between the two parallel lines. What are the parallel lines? DE and BC. Of course, L is parallel to BC. D is part of L means, so this DE is parallel to BC and having the same base of both the triangles DE. DEB and DEC having the same base DE and between the same parallels. What are the parallel lines here? DE parallel to BC. Therefore, you can say that triangle BDE, area of triangle BDE is equal to area of triangle CDE. Understand, students? Excuse me. See, triangles, I will write the concept here. Triangles have the same base and between the same parallels are equal in their areas, Therefore, you can write here area of triangle BDE is equal to area of triangle CDE. ADE and CDE are equal. So from 1 and 2 equations, already the numerators ADE and here ADE are equal, and I proved here the denominators. That means area of triangle BDE and area of triangle BDE are also equal. Then from 1 and 2, what do you write, students? AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. Excuse me. AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. That means if a line is parallel to one side of a triangle, then this line divides these other two sides in the same ratio. That means AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. Okay. See, converse of basic proportionality theorem. See here, if a line divides two sides of a triangle, in the same ratio, then the line is parallel to the third side. So this is the statement. Actually, in the previous theorem, we proved that if a line is parallel to one side of a triangle, that means that is given, we proved that that line is divides other two sides in the same ratio. That means AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. We proved in the previous theorem, that main theorem. Okay, now what is given here? A line divides two sides of a triangle. That means AB and AC in the same ratio. That means this DE divides AB and AC in the same ratio. That means in triangle ABC, students, AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. This is given. What is to be proved here? To prove this DE is parallel to BC. What is to be proved here? This line is parallel to BC. Okay, good. Now coming to proof. Right. Understand? In the given, AD by BD is AE by EC. That means that line divides other two sides in the same ratio. Then we have to prove that this line is parallel to third side, that BC. Okay, proof. Here I will assume here this line is not parallel to BC. That means there is another line which is parallel to BC. That means DF here, draw, let us assume that, or draw, assume, no, let us assume that DF is parallel to BC, and moreover this E and F are not coincide each other, understand? So here this DF is parallel to BC, but here E and F are not coincide each other. That E is different, F is different. They are two different points. Okay, good. Now DF is parallel to BC. I wrote perpendicular, sorry. This is parallel. DF is parallel to BC, right? Okay. Now DF is parallel to BC, no students? So we can apply basic proportionality theorem. So in triangle ABC, this DF is parallel to BC means AD by BD is equal to AF by FC. AF by FC. AD by BD is equal to AF by FC. Why? According to basic proportionality theorem, I use that theorem concept. Whenever this DF is parallel to BC, then this line divides the other two sides in the same ratio. That means AD by BD is equal to AF by FC. According to basic proportionality theorem, since basic proportionality theorem. Right. Now, this is equation 1. But what is given, students? AD by BD is equal to AE by EC, no? AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. This is equation 2. So from 1 and 2, what do you observe here? From 1 and 2, equation 1 and equation 2, AD by BD, both left hand sides are equal. Then we can equalize that right hand sides. That means AF by FC is equal to AE by EC. AF by FC is equal to AE by EC. Why? Here AD by BD is there, here also AD by BD is there. So we can equating that right hand sides. Okay, good. Now what I do here, what we will do here, just add +1 on both sides. +1, that is equal to AE by EC plus 1. We can add plus 1 on both sides. Right. So this will become AF by FC, AF plus FC by FC is equal to AE plus EC by EC. Right. What is AF plus FC? That is AC by FC is equal to, what is AE plus EC? AE plus EC is also equal to AC. So AC by EC. So AC by FC is equal to AC by EC. The two fractions are equal here. The two fractions are equal, and in the two fractions that numerators are equal, so we can write that denominators are also equal. That means FC and EC are also equal. Is FC and EC are equal, students? FC and EC, are they equal? No. Why? In the assumption, we assumed that this E and F are not coincide each other. E and F are not coincide each other. But here, FC and EC are equal. We got FC is equal to EC. See, therefore, this is contradiction to our assumption. What is our assumption? That DF parallel to BC. So, FC is equal to EC. Finally, we got FC and EC are equal. Therefore, we can come to the conclusion this DF parallel to BC is false. DF parallel to BC is false. When this DF is parallel to BC, when this E and F are coincide each other, then only the DF is parallel to BC. But in the assumption, we have taken that E and F are not coincide each other. They are different points. Understand? Okay, so this DF is parallel to BC is false. Why? This is contradiction to our assumption. Please write, students, that matter. This is contradiction to our assumption. Therefore, finally, this DE is parallel to BC. DE is parallel to BC. Let me revise all the theorem here, right? Okay. What is the statement? If a line divides two sides of a triangle in the same ratio, that means AD by BD is equal to AE by EC, then this line is parallel to the third side. That means this DE is parallel to BC. That is to be proved. Here we have taken an assumption. We assume that this DF is parallel to BC. That means here E and F are not coincide each other. So according to basic proportionality theorem, whenever this DF is parallel to BC in triangle ABC, AD by BD is equal to AF by FC. But what is given in the statement? AD by BD is equal to AE by EC. So from 1 and 2 equations, AF by FC is equal to AE by EC. Why? Both the left hand sides are equal. So we can equating the right hand sides. That means AF by FC is equal to AE by EC. Now what I did here, just I have added plus 1 on both sides. So AF plus FC by FC is equal to AE plus EC by EC. So AF plus FC means AC by FC. AE plus EC means AC by EC. Here in both LHS and RHS, the numerators are equal, so we can equalize the denominators. So FC is equal to EC. This is big contradiction to our assumption. What is our assumption? That E and F are not coincide each other. So this is possible only when, unless and until that E and F are coincide each other. Therefore, this DF is parallel to BC is false. So what is right? DE is parallel to BC. I hope you understand this theorem, students.